Doorbell rings, he drops a bag outside. When we read the fucking mail, it's a hell of a ride. One from a buddy, two for the show. 3 orange slices and away we go. Listen to mail. Listen to mail. Gilbert and Frank's very amazing colossal mailbag. Colossal mailbag. Colossal mailbag. Mailbag.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and I'm here with my co-host, Frank Santopadre, and this is Gilbert and Frank's Amazing Colossal Obsessions.
You've got that down to a science now.
And I got to get 2 things out of the way.
Hit me.
2 bits of business.
Go.
Who was it who was giving us a story? The PR guy.
The PR guy.
Who was on the show.
Oh, Dick Gutman.
Dick Gutman was telling us a story about Cary Grant and Lawrence Harvey.
Right.
Now, I've already revealed on this show that Cary Grant was a Jew.
Right, you have.
And I knew that Lawrence Harvey also was a Jew, but I didn't mention it on the show. I let him go on with his story. And a few people reacted to that. And because Lawrence Harvey's name was something like Zvi Moshe Schickner.
What kind of mail are you getting that I'm not getting from people outraged
You
Jews?
can look it up. Look it up. It's like Zvi Moshe Schickner.
Paul Rayburn is here, and
Lawrence
he will
Harvey.
look it up.
And
Lawrence Harvey.
another
Lawrence with a
thing
U.
that I owe everyone an apology, when we were interviewing Jamie Farr, we spoke a lot about Danny Thomas, and I didn't mention anything about glass coffee tables, hookers, and shitting on glass coffee
you're
tables.
slipping.
Yeah,
You've lost your fastball.
Yeah.
There are some people that are relieved that you didn't bring that up to Jamie Farr.
I didn't talk about the Pittsburgh platter. Or even in some versions of the story where he's wearing a priest outfit.
Yeah,
That's where it turns sick.
That's just too weird.
That's where it's poor taste.
Give me the names and the emails of these people who are complaining.
Hooker shitting on him is fine, but the priest outfit, that's...
Over the line?
Yeah. I'm just getting into sensitive areas.
We are going to do a quick mini episode here. I'm just going to keep moving. I'm like a shark that's afraid to die. We're going to keep moving along. Now, this is our first episode. We've gotten a blowback from our friends. Eric
I wish I could get some.
You wish you could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Eric Fusco and Rob Smentek are 2, I'll call them podcast super fans. Let me do the intro, and then you can tell us about Lawrence Harvey, or I'll lose my train of thought. They started a Facebook group called the Gilbert Gottfried Amazing Colossal Listener Society, and it is almost 3,000 strong.
Wow.
So we owe them. Who knew we had this many people that cared? But we have to thank Eric and Rob for starting this. And they wrote to me and they said, "You're always doing a Twitter episode and a Facebook episode. When are you going to acknowledge us and the fans and the legion of fans?" So this is our first one.
Okay.
So we're going to do it.
But first,
Lawrence Harvey's real name.
So Lawrence Harvey, this is the big news of this episode.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, he's another one of those Lithuanian-born actors.
Yes.
Oh, there's so many.
I mean, I'm so tired of that. You were pretty close. First of all, he was born Larushka Misha Skikny. But don't stop there, because he was later known as Zvi Moshe Skikny.
See, I was very
There you
close.
go.
Gilbert scores again.
Weren't you almost named Zvi?
Yes.
Zvi Gottfried, ladies and gentlemen.
And what was Danny Thomas's?
Now cut that out. That was Amos Jacob.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yes, everybody knows that.
It's like such a Jew name.
Yes, but he was Lebanese.
Yeah. Thank God he wasn't a Jew, because the coffee table. And
would you like to make the entire mini episode about this?
Yes, I would.
We're going to try to get through this.
I heard most of his fortune went into Windex.
He's incorrigible. He's incorrigible. Eric Fusco, the founder of the Listener Society, starts us off with a question. Hey, guys, Neil Simon's 90th birthday is coming up on July 4th. Would you guys consider a mini episode about The Odd Couple? Maybe with Drew Friedman. That's an idea.
There are so many versions of The Odd Couple.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Arnold Stang played Felix.
In a road company.
A road company one.
Yeah, Drew compiles them.
I think they wanted to have Mickey Rooney as Oscar.
Wow.
And there was all those things in The Odd Couple of how they met, which changed.
Always changed.
One was the Army, one was jury duty.
They met as kids in a flashback episode.
There was,
with Blinky Madison.
Oh, yeah, the gangster one.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Drew wrote back to Eric, and he said it would have to be only about the Joe Flynn dinner theater version. So apparently Joe Flynn played either Oscar or Felix.
And on Broadway, I think Art Carney was Felix.
Art Carney and Walter Matthau. Yeah. Drew has a whole. Talk to Drew because he has a whole.
And they wanted when they called Jack Lemmon.
Yeah.
They said, "Okay, we want you for the movie. We just need somebody to play to play Felix."
Yeah.
And and Jack Lemmon, because they wanted Jack Lemmon to be Oscar.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Because they felt it was a more showy part.
Yeah.
And he was a bigger star at the time.
Yeah, yeah. And he's the perfect Felix Unger. We'll do that. We'll consider doing that when Neil Simon's birthday comes up.
I looked up some of the episode names from the TV show.
Yeah.
The Murray Who Came to Dinner.
That's a great one.
Take My Furniture, Please.
Yeah.
And The Odyssey Couple.
Some of the funniest comedy writers, Gary Marshall and his staff. We'll do a show. We'll do an Odd Couple show in the future. This is John B. Anderson. Gilbert and Frank, you are stranded on an island for 1 year. You can take one movie and one movie only to watch repeatedly. Gilbert, porn does not count.
Then I'm letting myself out of this.
You have one desert island movie?
No, I can't think. That
you can
drives
sum
me
up.
crazy.
Mine is a cliched choice, but I'll say Preston Sturges' Sullivan's Travels because I can just watch that endlessly.
Yeah,
because it works on so many levels. It's such a terrific movie. You don't have a desert island disc?
No, I don't have a desert.
It's not Dr. Butcher?
Oh, that one's good.
Okay.
All right, I'll take Dr. Butcher, Medical Deviant, made by John Martin.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my peeps.
Yeah.
Richard Wavers, has Norman Lloyd been considered for the podcast? We did, in fact, invite Norman. And I don't know, we were told that Norman has done enough of these things.
Oh.
But we're going to try again because Norman's 102.
He's never done anything like this thing.
Well, John Apatow was on with us and said he'd ask him, and
he worked with both Keaton and Chaplin.
And Hitchcock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Peter Santamaria, would Gilbert and Frank ever consider watching a movie, something classic like A&C Meet Frankenstein, and recording a commentary for it and then having that be an episode of the podcast? We would. In fact, that was Frankie Verderosa's idea from several months back.
That was before he lost 3 of
right
our
before
best
that.
episodes. Yeah.
Poor Frank gets roasted for something he didn't do. So stay tuned on that, Peter, because we will do something like that in the future. Have you guys considered touring? Says Sarah Ryan. Maybe at like Comic-Cons and such. I know the Boston area would love having you. We can't really coordinate our schedules that way.
Yeah.
You know, I have a gig at ABC and you're on the road, and someday.
And where would the money be in this?
Exactly. But we get to room on the road.
Oh, yes.
And reenact the Odd Couple jury
oh my God.
episode.
Oh, and there was one episode of the Odd Couple where they had Elijah Cook Jr.
That's the flashback,
Yeah.
the gangster one. Yeah. The heel.
Oh, yes.
He plays the heel because he kills women with his shoe. Tony Craighead. Love that name. I don't have any questions, but Frank looks much younger and healthier than I expected. Well, I appreciate that.
Have you
Do you know something, Tony?
Have you had your eyes checked?
I set myself up for these kind of things. I think Tony knows something that I don't know. Let's see. Patrick Izzo, or Itzo, 2 Z's. Since it's pretty much been established that Harry Shearer hates Gilbert for his scripted self-intro, on SNL. Has anyone just said fuck it and just called to see if he will actually do the show? We should try. Even if it was a short, checky, green-style bitch fest.
Oh, yes.
Gilbert would still find a way to make it entertaining. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be worth trying.
Do we feel like calling Harry? And, I want to say Harry's always been nice to me.
Yeah.
He has. Worked with him on the Behar show at HLN and at Tom Leopold's conversion to Catholicism. Harry was there. I don't know what it is with you, Gil.
Yeah.
Frank and Gil, what's your favorite entertainment biography or autobiography or memoir?
Wow.
Do you have one?
I don't think I have.
Is it Stooge Women?
The Stooge Women, yes.
Mine is Dino.
Oh,
Nick Tosh's
wow.
book. Yeah, that's it. Have you read that?
No.
Terrific read. Let's see. Michael Scudurlo. These names are great. Got a movie for you and Gilbert I remember seeing in the golden age of the 70s. It was on Channel 9, and all I remember was that a group of people walk into a pitch-black room. Suddenly, lightning strikes. They see a coffin with a dead body in it. The screen goes black. Then the lightning flashes again, and the body is sitting up, pointing at the person who murdered her. Do you know the film? This person cannot think of the name of the film, so we'll put that out because you look really stumped.
Yeah, that.
And Paul, I don't know how to tell you to research that.
How would I do that? Girl sitting in casket.
You wouldn't do it.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Yes. Clearly. Let's see what else we have here. Sarah Shue Wilson wants to know, hey, Gilbert, was Larry Raglan insane? I can't really find a good bio on him. And what was Dummy in the Window really about?
Well, I'll give you a list of all the good bios that were written about him.
You connected the two questions. Nicely done. I'd also love you to tell us about some of the insane people Gilbert has come across in comedy who are now dead, so there are no lawsuits.
Oh, yeah, most of them.
That's a long conversation. That's an hour-long ep. Joe Atema.
I heard this.
Or Atema.
This comedian that I knew from the clubs, an older guy, Uncle Dirty.
I remember Uncle Dirty.
He died.
Did he?
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Dr. Dirty.
Oh, that's right.
John Valby, who was the singer.
Yes.
Yeah. The guy that used to sing, what the hell was that song? Oh, God. Anyway, John Atema or Atema.
That sounds like the name of the mummy in his human form.
I know the show is free form, but please listen for the follow-up questions. When a guest says, so-and-so died in my basement, that needs attending to. I'm fine with that, except I was the person that said so-and-so died in my basement. That was my dad's line. My dad would say when he'd never heard of somebody, you'd say, that movie's on, with Cliff Williamson.
Yeah.
And he'd say, Cliff Williamson? Of course, his father died in my basement. Eric B. Anderson. I was surprised and excited to see Gilbert introduce the Lenny Bruce character in the new Amazon pilot. You know anything about this?
Oh, my God.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah. It was made by, now I forget her name, that woman director and writer who made the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, Amy Sherman Palladino.
Yes.
She's my wife's hero. You worked with her?
Yes.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah,
I'll tell Genevieve.
I was like, she called me in to be like the host of some like comedy club, a strip club that had a comedian coming on. I introduced Lenny Bruce.
Oh, interesting. You have all these extracurricular activities that I know nothing about.
The fewer people who know, the better.
I think so. Yeah. Julian Moruzzi, which episode had to be edited most severely to stave off the risk of libel suits?
Well, we could start by skipping a couple that never appeared at all.
There were a couple that we had to bury in the yard. Julian or Julian, you can instant message me. We'll have a conversation about that. Make sure it's in the middle of the night. Johnny Leathers, I double dare you. Can you get Mark Summers as a guest? You know Mark Summers, the game show host that used to host Unwrapped.
Oh, okay.
I just saw Mark Summers a couple of weeks ago. He was at ABC, and interesting fellow. Johnny Leathers also asked, this may be my favorite question here. You guys, money comes up a lot, and you talk about Gilbert being cheap, yes? But seriously, is Gilbert doing okay? I mean, he has been steadily working for 30 or 40 years. This man is worried about your financial health.
You can hear there's a tear in his voice there.
Johnny, perhaps you're familiar with the expression, has the first dollar he ever earned.
My problem is that cocaine habit I have.
Oh, it really, it really did you in.
Yeah, really.
And the Thai hookers.
Oh, yes. Who shit on my glass coffee?
No kidding.
table. Yeah, because they eat Thai food first.
What were you dressed as?
Yeah, a priest.
Of course.
And the music playing while they were doing it was da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I thought you were doing Telstar again.
Da, da, da.
Oh, but I'd like to know how Gilbert and Frank met each other. No, you don't.
No.
Oh, no. We've told that story. It's online. It's on Scott Rogowski's show. You can find it on YouTube on Running Late. We have told that story of the Comic-Con. We met before that, actually.
Yeah.
We met working on Caroline's Comedy Hour.
Oh, that's right,
For
with
Richard Jenny.
Rich Jenny.
Yeah. I used to approach you even before that at the Seaport when you would do 90 minutes, but you shunned me.
Yes. I wish I had continued.
Paul Lepelletier, or Lepelletier. Does Gilbert know the lyrics to Shaft's big score?
Oh, that was the sequel.
Yeah, we'll have to table that.
No.
And then Barry Goubler, or Gaubler, follows that up with Or Convoy by C.W. McCall.
Oh, we got a great big convoy. Ain't that a beautiful sight? Oh, I got a great big convoy going through the night. Convoy.
Also made into a bad Chris Christopherson movie.
Oh,
Convoy
geez.
with Ali McGraw. Here's one you could look up, Paul. Eric Fusco, the founder of the Listener Society, says, any thoughts, stories, or reactions to a 70s Saturday morning TV show called Uncle Croc's Block with Charles Nelson Riley? I must confess.
Block?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
And nobody questioned
I think he's making this up. If you can find Uncle Croc with like a crocodile.
Uncle Croc's Block.
With Charles Nelson.
Animated series.
I'll be damned.
ABC, produced by Filmation. Let me get to, let's see, 1975 here. I'll have to get to Wikipedia and get a more.
Wow, it exists.
It's a real thing.
It was
Charles
made,
Nelson Riley.
It was made by the same people who made Cock Tease, another famous cartoon.
Well, have you seen Uncle Croc's Block?
Uncle Croc's Block also had Charles Nelson Riley and Jonathan Harris.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot of mincing.
Yes.
In one show.
Yes. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Rob Smentek, the other founder of the Listener Society, says Eric Fusco wants to know whether you have a particular favorite Star Trek episode. You're not a Trek guy.
I'm not a big Trek guy.
Yeah.
But I will say I always enjoy when Frank Gorshin.
The split face.
The black and white. And that was really cookie. Like hitting us a little too hard over the edge with their symbolism.
Okay. I'll pick a cliched choice, which is the gangster episode, City on the Edge of Forever.
Oh, is that with Joan
Collins?
Yeah.
It's a very cliched.
I'm going to go with you on that.
Trekkies are rolling their eyes.
I think is
closest. My friend Harlan Ellison wrote that, so I'm picking
Time, which is where Spock goes into heat and has to go back to Vulcan.
Time. Yeah. I've seen them all.
This fight is to the death.
Yeah. I like Roger C. Carmel, too, as, what is it, Harry Mudd?
Harry Mudd.
Yeah.
And what episode is that famous episode with that alligator man?
Oh, God.
Where they got to kill each other, and he discovers.
The alligator
Kirk
head.
discovers the components of gunpowder.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes.
That's the
He
one.
knows a lot about it for a guy that doesn't care about Trek.
Yeah.
Well, look up the name of that episode for Gil. That would be
the alligator.
The alligator head.
Okay.
Tim Seaschultz. Why doesn't Gilbert like Hammer films? Damn his eyes. Gilbert, you want to explain yourself?
I'm a Universal man.
You're a classic. You're a purist.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I admired. I have respect for Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
Sure,
but I never got into the Hammer films.
Yeah, me neither. strangely enough.
Yeah.
We're winning friends all over the place here.
Gilbert's favorite Trek episode is called Arena.
Arena, yes.
Arena, Season 1, Episode 18, and the other captain who he's fighting is a Gorn.
He was a Gorn.
Okay.
There are people shouting at their phones, but we should have known this. Our pal Maurice Bursztynski down in Australia. Can you guys do a mini episode about The Muppet Show? If for no other reason it made a success of old-fashioned vaudeville entertainment, who'd have thunk that would happen? I found a video of you and Kermit
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, it was one when they were bringing back the new Muppet Show. And they did one where it was I was the winner of the Win-A-Date with Kermit.
Oh, okay. Okay. And our friend Brendan Bliss chimes in to say, I agree. Being born in the 70s, The Muppet Show is where I first discovered most of the great legends you guys discuss. Milton Berle, George Burns, Vincent Price, not to mention Gilbert's new flame, Brooke Shields.
Oh, yeah. I ran into her. I'd run into her before.
Uh-huh.
I ran into her at the Friars Club.
Uh-huh.
Recently. We took our picture together, and I sent it out.
You didn't ask her to do the show?
I think afterwards, I thought, she'd be great.
She's got a lot of movies.
Because she, aside from, she was in all those movies, and she was here when she got famous when old Hollywood was still around.
Well, she worked with Burns. She worked with Hope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure we get any tales out of school, but we can try.
Yeah.
Married to the very funny comedy writer Chris Henchy. Olive Pepin, P-E-P-I-N, like the chef. Do you like Sherlock Holmes, Charlie Chan, or Agatha Christie movies? Your thoughts on the sleuths and the supporting cast? You do. You like the Chan pictures?
I guess I like the Mr. Moto because I am a big Peter Lorre fanatic. And, I remember a story about one time some director was directing Peter Lorre in some low-budget film, and they said, okay, let's do another take of that. And Peter Lorre, I guess the guy's name was Vincent, the director, and Peter Lorre goes, sorry, brother Vince, I only do crap once a day.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
And and then he said, yeah, but what about all those Mr. Moto pictures?
Yeah.
And he goes, I was on drugs.
Yes, it was Yellowface. Peter Lorre playing playing an Asian, and so did Karloff in he played Mr. Wong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Bela Lugosi, I saw a picture
He
of
may
him.
have, yes. He may have. It was done in those days. Do you remember a cartoon show called Charlie Chan and the Chan Clan in the 70s for Hanna-Barbera?
Oh.
I bring it up because Jamie Farr was a writer.
Oh, my God.
On that show, and Key Luke himself did the voice.
Oh.
Key Luke, who was the number one son,
Yes.
but now played in the cartoon in the Hanna-Barbera version, Charlie Chan.
Oh, what I was remembering is this actor, James Hung.
Oh, James Hung.
Hung.
Yeah, I know that actor,
Yeah.
Sure.
I knew I was talking about the porno actor.
Right, that's a
James
different guy. Totally
James
different.
Hung.
Couldn't be Asian.
And he was best known for being on Seinfeld going,
Yes.
"Quite right."
Yes.
But I read that he, and I spoke to him, and I asked him, and he said it was true. He learned how to play Asian, even though he himself, of course, was Asian. He learned how to play Asian by watching Peter Lorre.
Unbelievable.
As Mr. Moto.
Unbelievable. But to answer the question, the Agatha Christie pictures we've talked about, and then there were none.
Yeah.
From 46 or 47, the Renee Claire version. And I just made my wife watch Lumet's Murder on the Orient Express,
Yes.
which is terrific.
And
it really holds up. If you haven't seen it, Paulie.
I have not seen it. I'll mark
Albert
it down.
Finney
right
and-
away.
there's a
Belgian
connection
detective.
too, because Lumet said that he wasn't happy with how Bye Bye Braverman came out, and he said, but Bye Bye Braverman, what he learned from that made Murder on the Orient Express a better movie.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a documentary about Lumet. Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we should look into getting the filmmaker of that. Maurice again, and while we're talking about the Wrecking Crew, I'm not sure we were, but I must have lost the thread. Can you try for Hal Blaine or Carol Kay? They have amazing stories. We really should get Hal Blaine and the members of the Wrecking Crew.
and with the that was the Dean Martin.
Wrecking Crew was a Matt Helm movie.
Oh,
he's talking about the backup musicians that played on that played on the Brian Wilson stuff, and
because a bunch of people helped out when I was talking about two movies where a girl falls over and shows her white panties.
Yes.
One was Girls.
It was an Elvis picture.
Yeah.
Was it Girls, Girls, Girls?
Either girl is something like that.
Fun in Acapulco.
We have to go back to our archives.
Not back to the panties again.
Yeah. and then the other one was.
He's working overtime.
The other one was like a Matt Helm picture.
The Silencers or the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, it could have been the Wrecking. I think it had, and this takes away if this is true, it takes away some of the turn-on factor here. It may have been Sharon Tate. Falls over.
She's definitely in the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Paul, back me up on that. Sharon Tate, the late Sharon Tate. Let's see. Bill Nemec. Gilbert, is it true you used to work for the Susquehanna Hat Company?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's when I lived on Bagel Street.
Well, Joe Keaton wrote the next post was, I hear it's on Bagel Street.
Yes.
But I don't know where that is. I'll ask somebody. Anyway, we only got through about half of these, so we'll do more in future. But this is the Listener Society, almost 3,000 strong. We thank you guys for posting this stuff.
We got Sharon Tate, part of the Wrecking Crew.
Was she in the Wrecking Crew? Directed by Phil Carlson, am I right?
Let's see. Director Dean Martin. Elkie Summer.
Oh, Elkie Summer
was in it. Elkie Summer.
What, no respect for Elkie Summer?
You gotta love Elkie
Summer.
I don't have the director here.
I think it was Phil Carlson, but I could be wrong. Anyway, that's it. We'll do another mini episode with the Listener Society down the road. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Rob.
And thank you, Mr. Botchagaloo.
Thank you, Mrs. Calabash. Thank you, John Fodiatis, who's here, and Mr. Paul Rayburn, and everybody else. And Maestro?
Oh, yes.
Want to take us out?
This has been Gilbert and Frank's amazing Colossal Obsession.
Sorry, I woke you.
If you want to know about Papillon Susu or Lon Chaney Jr., it's something we're used to. Colossal obsessions, these things that we've studied, like why Groucho helped Chico, 'cause he needed the money. If you have a comment on Cesar Romero and those oranges thrown by those young caballeros, you can ask what you want, anything on our biz, but please keep it short, just like have a finishes.